Hey, good afternoon, boomers. Welcome back. As you know, we did attend the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, PA. We had a great time. Even booked a small hunt. Tell you more about that in upcoming episodes. I don't know if you see, I got my snow cam on, which we rarely ever wear anymore, because here in Connecticut we don't get a lot of snow. But yesterday it snowed, and I got to remember to blur out those license plates, all right? Otherwise I get into big trouble on YouTube. All right, we're not hunting today. The season's over. I'm just going to go in the back and pull the ground blind. All right, see you in a bit. Hey, good evening, boomers. It's Boomer Ranger Ron again. Just trying to get ready for the next snowstorm here in the Northeast. And of course the snowblower won't start. But I'm also down in the reloading bench. It's getting a little crowded down here. On that side is everything related to arrows, broadheads, lighted nocks, and of course the Dillon, which we haven't used in a while because we haven't done much 45 ACP shooting. On this side we have the new mech. I thought it was a 600, but it turns out to be a 700 something. And we've got the reloading, the 20 gauge reloading project, which we're going to try to replicate. We're actually going to try to make Remington copper solids. Now the good news is those are Remington copper solids. They've been discontinued years ago by Barnes. The bad news, of course, is that they're 12 gauge and not 20 gauge. And past 2 years, we've shot 3 deer with the Savage 220, and that's a 20 gauge gun. All right, so the other thing we're going to do tonight, very, very short, is we're going to do an unboxing. I already know what's in the box because it's a 410 single shot shotgun. I've been fascinated with single shot shotguns lately. I have a 20 gauge sitting in my son's safe in Atlanta that we bought at an auction. There's a long story why it's sitting in his safe, but it is sitting in his safe because he picked it up at the auction house in Chattanooga. This particular investment came from another auction, and it's a 410. It's single shot. It was delivered by a small gun shop, did the FFL transfer and sent it to Bass Pro where I work, and Bass Pro did the 4473 and the state registration of me. Anyhow, I think what we'd like to do this year is take a turkey with this 410, and maybe if it goes far enough we'll try to take a turkey with a crossbow. But you know, my theory on crossbows, I love crossbows. We had a great crossbow season, something like 6 deer taken this year with a crossbow. But crossbows were invented by the Chinese, and they were invented 2000 BC. But the Chinese then invented gunpowder. So there's a place to use a crossbow and fly an arrow, and there's a place for gunpowder. So that's kind of where we're at. Stay tuned. I'll show you this once I get the box open. All right? Thanks. And one more quick thing. Last year you saw me rebuild some Rage. You saw me rebuild some Rage crossbow using a kit. And obviously this one needs to be rebuilt because it landed inside of a tree. It had to be dug out of a tree, so it's in really bad shape. The rest of these all went through deer last year, and I didn't get around to cleaning them up. So this is going to be something we do: clean all these arrows, fix all these broadheads. Now a couple of them are Severs, and I've been very impressed with the Severs. I've also been very impressed with the Rage. So those have become our 2 standard mechanical broadheads. And we have not shot a fixed broadhead in quite a while, but we may at some point, maybe next year, try some fixed. This was the last arrow that actually went through a deer pretty quickly, dispatched it. And this is a 10 point. I think somewhere up here I actually have the 10 point. No, we didn't use the Schwacker. It says real speed right now. All right, cut. Boomeranger Ron back at you again. Once again, I'm in the reloading bench. And surprisingly, it's not warm in here, even though we have heat. I think it's because the Mrs. Boomer has the fireplace on and there's no heat coming down here. So we're not going to stay long, but I want to show you, we're going to do some very extensive broadhead testing in the coming months. I haven't tried the Swacker 153-inch. This is the favorite of Rich Wilson from Death by Bungee. He just loves this one. And Genevieve just put one of these through a hog at Tioga Ranch. It made a 3-inch hole. This is very impressive, but we're going to try this next year. We did take one deer. I think I showed you this last time. We took one deer this year using the 10-point center punch premium 100 grain broadhead. And although it only has a 1 7/8 inch cut, it was very prolific, and the animal expired very quickly. So I often say it's not the size of the cut or how heavy the weight, how heavy the broadhead is, it's accuracy and shot placement. We had tremendous success this year with this particular broadhead. That's the Rage hypodermic crossbow, and I have been shooting it in the 125 grain. You can see from this collection, everything here, every one of these things is actually, with the exception of these two, which are Sever. I think this one Severs the 1.5, and I didn't shoot the hybrid yet. The rest of these, I'll show you that we have planned a major broadhead test review planned. We have not used the Swacker 243 yet. That's the 3-inch 150 grain. We did take a deer this year. We took a doe this year with the center punch from 10 point. That's I think they call it the EVO. It's 100 grain, 178 cutting. It's not a huge cut. It's not the 2-inch cut. We had great success with all the Rages, especially the Rage crossbow. Most of the Rage crossbow that I used this year were 2-inch cut. We did some repairs last year, the Rage Extreme shock collars. We're going to move to some of the collarless this year. And although we haven't had a lot of success, a lot of use with fixed broadheads, we did take a bunch of hogs a couple years ago. But we are gonna try this Tooth of the Arrow XL 175 grain. It was a gift from my friend, Old Grumpy Hunter, Gary Rose, out in Kentucky. And once again, the Sever. I think I'm really fond of these 2.0 Robustos, and I also like the. We've had great success with just about all of Severs this past season, and I think I really want to try the hybrid, the 1.5-inch hybrid, which has both a fixed end bleeder blades or mechanical end bleeder blades. So that's pretty much the game plan. We're going to do some. The testing is going to include these containers filled with liquid, as well as some scapula, some deer scapula. This one was from a big buck. We've got some others that have been completely dried, so we'll have different, some of them will be stronger than others, and we'll see. It kind of looks like, in this particular one, an arrow went right through the corner there. So the bottom line, folks, is I've had great success this season with the mechanicals, and it's all about shot placement. Whether you're using mechanical, whether you're using fixed, you get a double lung, you're going to get better results. And so keep practicing, and don't wait until next year. Start getting your equipment ready now. Great time to do it. Maybe go turkey hunting with a crossbow. We'll see you out there. Wish you all good luck. Thanks. Do like, subscribe, share, and I want to thank everybody who is a subscriber. We greatly appreciate you watching. Thanks again.